welcome to what could possibly be my very first vlog on this channel. Now, the reason this is going to potentially be a vlog is that we have a huge weather event coming into the Pacific Northwest. We're calling it the BOMB Cyclone, and I'm not exactly sure if it's going to actually do anything or not. We get a lot of November storms around here often, so it would make sense if it's just like a little windstorm. But if it does do something significant, which if you're seeing this video, then something did happen that was pretty cool or crazy, then I thought it'd be fun to vlog it, especially because I'm moving out of the state in about 6-8 months. I thought it would be cool to have this kind of experience documented, and that's really what this channel is all about. So first things first, got to change out of this. I got to get into my uniform for work because I still got to go to work today, and we'll just kind of see what happens throughout the rest of the day. Again, if you're seeing this, it did happen, stay tuned, but if you're not, then I guess this is all for naught. So let's get into it. All right, off to work we go. Now, one thing when you work grocery is when it's really stormy, it could either be really busy or dead. And there's also like a 30% chance we will lose power, which if we do, you will definitely see. But yeah, it's going to be either, again, really busy, hopefully not, or we go home early. Hopefully that's the result. Oh boy. Okay, I'm willing to admit that I was wrong. So a little context here. We were driving home, and I say we because Jeff is somewhere in the house right now. His car broke down, so I'm having to give him a ride down to Renton. I was not planning on going to Renton, but here we are. We're gonna go to Renton because his car battery's dead. But we're driving home. It's a 5-minute drive. Now, across the street, I'm trying to frame this for you. There's a 4-lane road, and it's got a divider down the middle. So there are 2 lanes going one way, 2 lanes going the other way with a divider in the middle. Now you got this picture in your head. There was a tree down across this road. And what happened was, we were all driving on the right-hand side, turning around in the left-hand side going the wrong way now to get around this tree. There's tons of cars doing this. It wasn't just us. Jeff called the police. The police sent the fire department out. Maybe we will see the fire department out there. I don't know, but crazy. The wind is already knocking down trees. The lights did flicker a couple times while I was at work. I was actually in the demo counter making a wonderful demo, which you can see right here. But what ended up happening was the lights were flickering while I was making it. It was really crazy because the room is pitch black when the lights go out. Did not lose power, thankfully. So now what we gotta do is I am probably gonna stay in Renton tonight because there's no chance I'm gonna risk it with all the storms and stuff. So that'll change things because I was not hoping to drive all the way down there in this weather, but what are you gonna do? I can't leave Jeff here. His computer and stuff is in Renton, so I have to drive in this, and it's gonna be a mess, a friggin' mess. But yeah, I gotta go get changed. We will check in a bit. Okay, so we did make it home safe, thankfully. It is, I don't know if you can see, it's on the highest setting here for light, but there is no power here. And the wind is only gonna pick up later on tonight. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna hop inside and hunker down for the night, and we'll see what ends up happening here. It's supposed to get really bad around 2 to 3, 4 in the morning. So we'll see as it kind of progresses. It's dicey out there. We down power lines and had a couple down trees. Stay safe out there, folks.
Woo-wee. Look, a little halo over that.
This is what no power feels like. I have never seen this neighborhood this dark before. Like, that's what it looks like right now, but I've never seen this neighborhood. There's a street light. Clearly it's out. Just pitch black out here. Yeah. So that's something. Yeah, like just a couple seconds ago. Came crashing in from over there. Up. Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's You don't think it's gonna hurt the fence? Okay. I don't know how well you guys can see me, but I'm out here. And got a potted plant here. This fence line right here is, you guys can't even see it. We'll see it in the morning, but it's pretty much, this fence line's gone. What I'm concerned about is that I'm concerned about. Because even though it's all tarp, I mean, you can reach up and, oh, it's leaning up against this. It is. Oh gosh, it is leaning up against there, huh? Well, that's what we got working with here. It's just very early in the storm too. Got those trees, you can just hear the branches falling. But yeah, so we're gonna tuck in for the night. We'll see how this goes. Update, it has wedged itself between the homes. So we might be okay. Definitely see it got ripped right across there. He's out nodding. Anyway, we'll update. It is absolutely gusting out here. I don't know if you can tell. That might be a better way of telling it. Maybe not. Update, it is now up against this fence. I think it'll be okay. We'll have to see in the morning. All right, it is the day after the cyclone, or whatever you want to call it, that came through here. You can see that's gone. Neighbor cleaned that up this morning. Didn't get any video of it, I apologize. But it's kind of crazy out here. It's very calm. But yeah, it definitely was quite the experience. We are gonna go now. Sliding door's broken. We are gonna go now to Bellevue because we don't have any power in Renton right now. Sucks. It's gonna be a crazy drive. Apparently, trees and power lines down. It's really late. Well, not really late, but it's gonna get dark soon. So we gotta get going. So that being said, let's get on out of here. See you in a bit. Just to kind of show you some of the damages we're dealing with right here. There's a tree that came down. City still hasn't come and cleaned it up. So I absolutely love going on drives after a storm. I think that's kind of the Midwest in me. It's the fact that you go on these drives and like boom, trees are down, power lines around, but you can see it when it's like sunny out. Like last night we were driving, it was not fun. Like I did not enjoy that drive home. But when it's daylight, that's different, right? Like it's fun to drive around and see all the down trees and power lines and kind of see like, oh wow, look at all this stuff that happened. But again, when you're driving at night and it's windy and rainy and pouring down rain, it is it's not so fun. It's really not so fun. But like I said, this is fun. Another down tree. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Okay. Wow. That's something. Oh man, that's fun. This is fun, right? Golly. Okay, so when we came by here last night, there was a huge tree down that was blocking the entire way. I'm seeing cars coming by this way, so I'm hoping that the city probably got around to cleaning it, but we're about to... So I forgot to record, or I didn't record, but yes, they cleaned up the tree. We're good to go. And we can get on the freeway and we can actually get home. So going back to that first tree that we looked at this afternoon. What's funny about that tree is the lady who lives right by that tree where it fell, she actually stopped by and asked me while I was pulling the barrels in if we still had power, because she lives in that house and her only way to get home is to come by our house, which is weird because our house is like not anywhere close to any kind of a major street, but because of the way it works, she had to go like a super long way and go by our house. So that was kind of interesting. She's a really nice lady. Felt really lucky for her because, I mean, that tree had fallen any other way, it would have been on her house. So obviously super blessed that she had the tree fall the way it did. Supposedly our family had a tree like that happen way back in the inaugural day storm, back in like 92, 91. So definitely a crazy night last night. There hasn't really been any updates. We went on the freeway on the way up to Bellevue. Now we're going down by our storage unit here. So there's nothing too crazy happening on the road. That's why it's been pretty quiet. All right, we made it home, thankfully safe, but check out the neighbor's yard here. That must have fallen overnight because it did not fall when we were here earlier in the day, yesterday. Unfortunately, our little tree friend is still standing, so that's interesting. But yeah, that's crazy. That could do some damage. And it came down from right there. Jeez. All right, we are back home, and I'm actually gonna make this into like a 2-part series on the channel. So this part will be the storm, and then I'm gonna do another part where we do a cleaning up of the storm, probably in a couple days, because the roof up top here is probably gonna have a ton of pine needles on it. Now, a couple loose ends I don't think I really talked about in this, because I didn't know if we were gonna vlog or not, was yes, the Bellevue Fire Department did show up. They were clearing it while we were driving back to Renton, so yes, that did happen. Shout out to Jeff for his very first 911 call, went very well. On the drive to Renton, I came within, I didn't talk about this, but I should have. We came within this much, maybe like 2 feet, 3 feet of running into some power lines, probably 3 feet. And thankfully Jeff, who was co-piloting with me, he was looking at something out the window. I looked out the window, we looked up, power lines, slammed on the brakes. Thankfully we were fine. We were able to turn the car around, but it was those kinds of situations where you're really lucky that you're able to see in front of you and you're driving safe. But again, guys, if you are in the situation, folks, please be safe. Don't be stupid with your driving skills. It's not worth getting hurt over. That's our little PSA. Anyway, so like I said, part 2 will be out probably in a couple days. This has been fun. It's my first vlog, so hopefully it's a fun one for you. Mostly these things are for me, but if you enjoyed it, that's cool too. That being said, we will see you in the next one.